Yolo and Sacramento DA's workers' compensation fraud units, blatant disregard in holding the law insurance fraud units are to identify, investigate, and prosecute offenders for workers' compensation fraud, payment fraud, employer lies to obtain or deny benefits that are required by law, and premium fraud. Both transpired from AgriQuest, not reporting David Bell's workplace injury, illness, concealment of chemical and biological hazards, leading to repeated fungal and bacterial infections, 4 major sinus surgeries, and breakdown of his immune system, all linked to workplace exposure at AQ. On June 9th, presented to this commission documents supporting my opposition. Both DA's office are further fraudulently concealing the causation of my son David Bell's health decline from working at AQ. What transpired during the commission meeting: Lieutenant Strosky, Yolo County DA fraud unit, left early. Dale Kitching, Sacramento County Insurance fraud using. Kitching said, "Call me next week. I thought you were going to get the transcript of the trial." I reiterated, as in January of '07, "I can't afford it. You can get it." Again, Kitching said, "I can't do that." After June 17th, July 17th, '09, meeting with Kitching, present was Dina Padilla. Kitching said, "You don't have to report everything." In follow-up email, I said, "You said something today. You don't need to report everything," when I was talking about David getting metal in his eye at AQ and being taken to Sutter and Davis. With all due respect, Mr. Kitching, I strongly disagree with you. The law and the constitutional rights of an employee says different. This is why we have laws in this country, and they should not be taken lightly. As to the necessity to report any injury or illness in the pesticide industry, this too is mandated by law. Products. The pesticide research and development companies, as well as manufacturers of these products, get approval for what are sprayed on our food crops and used for insect control. Without the knowledge of injury or illness that has occurred during the entire process, from the discovery and experiments with live microorganisms to the end product, the EPA, the USDA, and the California Pesticide Agency cannot make a real assessment as to whether these live bacteria and fungus can be used safely on crops and for insect control. If AgriQuest had reported David's illness and exposure from workplace, it would have caused a red flag for the approval of product registration from federal and state agencies and affect the funding and from governments as well as investors. Kitching said the statute of limitations for fraud is 4 years. I said, "At what point do you start the statute of limitations? When the statute of limitations when it started,
Time is up, ma'am.
or the last time it committed?"
Excuse me, your public comment time is up.
Dina Padilla, please.
Andy Trend. David Bell worked at a biotech company, AgriQuest, and has diseases, a breakdown of his immune system, 4 surgeries because of that, major sinus surgeries. I just don't understand what this commission does. First of all, I agree with Dina as to where are they getting their funding. Okay, I know that. And for the district attorneys to get funding to prosecute, all they do is they prosecute the employee. They don't prosecute the employer. Or they'll take maybe a small roofing company and prosecute them that they're not generating that much funds from. The state isn't. But I'd like to comment on what Dina said inside, about William Zachary. You know, she said something to the effect, she was reading from the article where William Zachary said that injured workers label themselves as injured workers and then they can get all these benefits. Excuse me. I have to say, how dare he? How dare he even come up with a statement like that? People don't go to job, don't go to college, go to work and think, my God, this is going to be the job that's either going to make me sick, it's going to give me diseases, and I'm going to end up dying or disabled. You know, he's sitting in there with his fine cushion job, whatever he does, he's kissing people's butts to get whatever he wants, and it's not fair. These injured workers lose all of their ability. They don't go to college, all these years of experience, to get sick and lose everything. They lose their homes, they lose their family, they lose their dignity. And I think he ought to be called on the carpet for that. And that man should not be on any Department of Insurance commission. Why should anybody on this commission police themselves? And I think that it ought to be turned over and they should be under investigation. Thank you.
Thank you.